My name's Waffles, and I'm a government whistleblower turned political commentator. I'm getting ready for bed. I got 14% battery, but there's something that's on my mind that I want to, make sure I forget things really easy. And I get really distracted very easily. But I wanted to make sure that people understand this aspect of what's going on with my whistleblower situation. Because it affects you. It affects everybody, and I'm privy to it. I'm in the middle of the situation. I know what's going on. I know what I'm dealing with. So I'm very alert to my surroundings at this point. But I just listened to a lady that made a video. She's very upset with customer service at an internet company, and it sounds like whoever it was just was very dismissive on the phone and did not help her. And my biggest concern right now, as far as what we're dealing with as a nation and what people need to be looking out for, one of the things that I'm highly concerned, I mean, it's pretty bad, but in association with what I'm witnessing as a whistleblower, is fraud. So, I'm tired of my braids shutting down. At call centers, I've just watched this situation at call centers go downhill. Okay? So when you call customer service and you're trying to get help, you're calling a call center. And those people are supposed to have manuals and stuff, and I don't know exactly what all the regulations are. This is one of the things I wanted to include in my book. That I don't have time to write up that whole 600 pages of shit. Nobody is reading it anyways. But I witnessed gross negligence at the call centers for our federal agencies. I witnessed fraud. And if you read my book, I also blew the whistle on a company that was an internet company that was engaging in international fraud. And it looked like they were pinching money off of customer accounts, and they were trying to have us block the customers from being able to do anything about it. That's called gatekeeping. Okay? So, I used to work for a call center that we sold business to business. I got 9 years of call center experience. And we would have to get through the gatekeeper. That was the goal at a business. If you're trying to sell something, nobody wants to talk to you. This is like back in the day when I was a teenager. I'm in my late 30s now. And that's what these companies are doing now. Like, you got the secretary, and of course she doesn't want you to fucking get through on the phone to try and sell refurbished printer supplies to the decision maker at the business. That was my job a long time ago. So we had to figure out how to get through the gatekeepers. And I'm pretty good at that. But that's what I feel like in recent years since the pandemic. I feel like when I tried returning to doing call center work, like I'm witnessing a lot of businesses that are doing a lot of this gatekeeping. If a customer has a complaint and it's not getting resolved and you're not able to resolve it, you're supposed to escalate the call. You want to get that fixed. If there's something wrong with somebody's billing, you need to get that fixed. So I don't know if anybody else is noticing that, like, when you call customer service, when you make phone calls to try and get help, that you're not getting help and that you're getting dicked around. It's because we're in a heightened risk for fraud environment. I wrote a book, okay, explaining that our government has been non-operational. Now, if you watch what's going on with the dismantling of our federal agencies, we're dealing with like a fucking 10-alarm fire right now in this country. I got a fraud case against an auto shop that just deliberately broke my vehicle to try and make more money off of me. It's bad. It's really bad. Because the agencies that are supposed to enforce against these things are not doing their job. And so you don't complain to our federal agencies anymore. If somebody's dicking you around, if they're screwing you over, you take them directly to civil court. There's no point in filing with the EEOC or the SEC. And what's going to happen if you file with any of our federal agencies on somebody breaking the law is your complaint is going to be ignored. That's what they do. That's what they're doing. That's the reason why these agencies are being defunded. Donald Trump has what, something like 32 counts of felony freaking fraud or something? And he's the president, and he's been communicating with Congress throughout the last 4 years while Biden was president. He has been orchestrating this chaos for a long time. The same negligence that I'm witnessing at businesses is also happening inside of our government, but there is no law enforcement through our federal agencies anymore. Not from my observation. I'm not trying to spread misinformation, but, based on what I've seen and the data that I'm holding on to and the ongoing years of research into what this administration is doing, that's what I'm witnessing. That's what I feel I'm witnessing. It certainly appears to me that the law is not being enforced. And that is a huge problem. The FBI is one of our federal agencies. Crime is through the roof. There's a shit ton of women going missing. So we have every right and reason to be angry and yelling about these things. It's 2025. We should have some sort of functional, structured government. The United States has the most people going missing of any country in the world. It's bad here. And the sooner that you can realize that, the more able you will be to protect yourself. But I'm just letting you know, if somebody's dicking you around on the phone, they're dicking you around. And you should demand accountability. And tell them to escalate the call. Demand that they escalate the call if they are not resolving your issue. I had a customer when I worked for Optimum call me that had over $100 extra on his bill that was not itemized. We add the bill up. We were not able to explain the charges, and the company would not allow me to do anything about it. That is fraud. That is theft. And when a company's doing that to hundreds, millions of people, that can equate to a lot of money, and our government is doing nothing about that. I wrote a whole book about it. I know firsthand. I'm warning you. I'm seeing a lot of this, and I want people to be aware of it. When you call customer service, pay attention if they're helping you or not, or if they're dicking you around. Because if they're dicking you around, they're probably committing fraud. Our government has been dismantled long enough. Donald Trump was in office at the beginning of the pandemic, and then after he got out of office, he then utilized the Congress and was buddy-buddy with Mike Johnson, with Christopher Wray, protecting them while they engage in conspiracy to defraud the United States of America. I'm a whistleblower. I'm telling you what happened. Right now, I'm telling you. So they defunded these agencies while we were coming out of the pandemic, because you know what they were doing? They were pinching money off of claimant accounts. And by having those agencies defunded, that they're not going to have the time or the fiscal ability to figure out where that money went. Somebody was running a computer program, pinching money off of claimant accounts and stuffing portions of money into an unknown place. And certainly looks to me like Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Mike Johnson don't want where that money went to be figured out. And that was like $2 to $3 trillion. So by defunding these agencies, they make it so that $2 to $3 trillion of fraud is never going to get discovered. By dismantling the agencies that enforce the law, like the SEC, which enforces laws against fraud. So businesses are learning that there's no enforcement. And so there's more of this behavior, and it's not a sudden thing. This has been brewing for 4 years. And by further defunding those agencies, they are making certain that it will never be discovered where that money went. So that's what I have to say. When you call customer service, if they don't give a fuck, they're probably committing fraud. I'm just expressing my thoughts and my opinions based on my observations. I'm an American citizen using my First Amendment right to freedom of speech and freedom of the press. It is my constitutional right. I am an American by birthright, and I will not have my citizenship stripped from me by anybody, because if anybody tries to do that, they're probably a foreign adversary. That's what I have to say. I'm going to go to bed. I'm out.
So the Olympics is great. And Johnny, for the others, you know, the World Cup, Johnny is the head of it. We had our top people, Wasserman. They all came in on the Olympics, and then I saw Johnny. And we got the World Cup too. And you know, it's only because they rigged the election that I'll be your president representing you there. You know, I got both of them. I got the Olympics and I got the World Cup. And I said, you know, it's too bad. One was in 2026 and the other was in 2028. And I said, I won't be there. I won't be your president. But then they rigged the election and now we won. So I'm going to be your president for the Olympics and for the World Cup. So, Johnny, thank you for the World Cup. And everybody, thank you for the Olympics. We're going to have a great time.
Hey, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment to my videos. And also, don't forget to check out my shop where you could get this awesome Real Patriots Punch Nazis t-shirt. America, fuck yeah! And if you go to the link tree in my bio on most platforms, it's got links to everything, all of my stuff. You can find my shop there. I'm on eBay. You can also get this cool Exterminate MAGA sticker, because MAGA's fucking cockroaches. And fuck MAGA, abolish MAGA, fuck you MAGA.